Do you really want to hear it?
I know it's tough for you to revisit the past, but I want to hear your story. I want to know what happened in your past.
Cameron plants a reassuring kiss on Brenda's hand. After years of hiding her secret, she was finally prepared to unveil her dark truth. I was still living with my Uncle Wyatt. Life was tough but safe until that party with my high school buddies. It was my 18th birthday. I had a few drinks when suddenly I felt strange, like my whole body was on fire. Then everything went black. I vaguely recall someone mentioning they'd take me to my room to rest, but after that...
Brenda!
Brenda shook while narrating the events. Cameron held her hands tighter.
Breathe.
I felt a man pressing down on me. It was very dark. I couldn't see his face. After my head cleared a bit, I ran out of the room. I tried to put it out of my mind, but 2 months later, I discovered I was pregnant.
Did you consider...
Termination? Yeah. I was overwhelmed. I was only 18 and just starting college. Aunt June insisted it wasn't the right time. But when I arrived at the hospital, I saw a woman cradling a newborn infant. It was so tiny.
It changed your heart?
Yeah. I realized the life growing inside of me was as much of a victim. I envisioned how he would make gurgling sounds, kick his little feet, maybe even call me Mom. So I decided to keep my child.
Did your family agree to it?
No. Aunt June kept urging me. She said it would be a curse. When she realized I wouldn't do it, she started using violence. And then... it all ended. The baby was due, Cameron. I was so happy. I can never forget that night. It was raining heavily when a car came straight at me. My baby.
What do you remember about the baby?
I remember giving birth. There was so much blood. My baby must have been very disappointed. His mother failed to protect him, so he left me. He was only 20-something days away, and I caused him to pass away. He couldn't even see the world, Cameron. I failed as a mother. Brenda's heart-wrecking sobs bounced over the ocean waves, breaking Cameron's heart. But now it was his turn.
Brenda, don't cry. That child is still in this world. He's still alive. He hasn't left you.
What did you say?
The child isn't dead. He's still alive. He survived the accident. He wasn't angry with you, and he couldn't bear to leave you.
But Aunt June said...
They lied. Brennan paid them. She was behind all of these. She hit you with the car and took your son.
My son?
Silas.
But how could it be? Brenda's heart raced as she shook her head. Silas is your child. You're saying this to comfort me, aren't you?
I'm so sorry. I got to know about it recently during Silas's blood transfusion. Harry thought it was too much of a coincidence that both of you had Rh-negative type A blood. He suspected there might be a connection, so he did a DNA paternity test. Brenda, Silas really is your child. Our child.
While Cameron and Brenda sailed through a few revelations, somewhere in Portland, someone was planning to take their world over by storm.
Speak.
It's not good news, sir. Richard Kent. His recovery is progressing too quickly.
Wasn't the complication unforeseen? And Brennan?
Brennan is out of the picture. She has confessed to having Silas stolen from Brenda Strong. Cameron Kent dealt with her.
Dealt with or silenced?
Not sure, sir. It was necessary.
I see. I've allowed you to play this game with pawns for too long. It's time to deploy the significant pieces.
The significant pieces?
The man leaned in, a dark smile playing on his lips.
We have rooks, knights, bishops, and the queen.
It was an infamous street carnival in Portland, and when Brenda spun around, she found Cameron was gone. Cameron?
Mrs. Brenda Kent.
Relief replaced the panic when Brenda spotted Cameron.
I know I've made mistakes. Several, in fact. When we first got married, I was rude to you. I can only thank you for being so forgiving and hope you'll allow me to make it up to you in the future. If you'll let me, I would like to make it up to you for the rest of my life. I would be honored if you would let me be the one who protects you for the rest of yours. Will you marry me?
But we are already married.
Properly. Again.
I'd love to. Cameron and Brenda didn't return to the hotel. Instead, they went straight to the airport from the restaurant, where they boarded a flight that Luca had booked earlier that day.
Nervous?
I'm worried if he'd understand. I was missing from his life when he needed me the most.
Silas already loves you, and so do I.
Exiting the airport, bags in hand, Cameron and Brenda headed for the taxi rank. Suddenly, a woman in a cowboy jacket and short hair collided with them.
Cameron, is it really you?
Please, excuse me.
Is that Brenda with you? I love your work, Brenda. The clothes you design are beautiful. They've been a big hit all over the world.
Soon a crowd gathered. Questions buzzed and cameras flashed. Before Brenda could react, their image exploded online. Back home, Brenda, desperate to see her son, barely gives anything else a second glance. Silas!
Why are you crying?
Brenda, you're scaring him. Ease up.
Overwhelmed by emotion, Brenda held her son tight. Silas tried to comfort his mother. Sorry, Silas. I just missed you so much. Brenda tried to regain her composure, but the weight of the truth hung heavy as Silas stared at her.
But I saw you yesterday.
I know. Did you eat yet?
No!
How about we make your favorite dinner? Brenda cooked dinner for Silas. He happily gobbled down every bite, hinting at a return to normalcy. How about we cuddle tonight, Silas? Silas got happy, savoring the extra attention. What happened? Can't sleep?
No story today?
Brenda smiled guiltily. It was their nighttime ritual.
You forgot?
Sorry. So, what do you want to listen to tonight?
The polar bear.
Very well. Once upon a time, Mother Bear went out to look for food. As she dived into the ocean, a hunter saw her and took a shot at her, seriously injuring her. As she lay unconscious on the ice, her baby was born. Brenda recounted the tale of a separated mother and child, followed by their eventual reunion. If you were that baby, could you have forgiven your mother?
No!
Not even me?
Won't you be sad if I meet my mother again? Silas doesn't like you sad.
But what if she won't be sad? What if she'd only be happy to be forgiven and accepted? What if she's the mother?
That night, Cameron and Brenda revealed their past to Silas, who not only understood but forgave. The following days blurred into a delicate mix of joy, laughter, and solace. And then one day... Hello? Oh, Harry? Yeah, right. Cameron, it's Harry.
What is it?
I think it's about Dad.
Cameron, you need to come over. He's awake.
Richard Kent finally gained consciousness after a long time. Will Richard spill the beans on who attacked him? And was this finally a happy ending for Cameron and Brenda's story?
Hi, Brenda here. Hope you are loving Love Bargain. Keep following us as we release a new episode of Season 1 daily on YouTube. You can jump the queue and unlock all seasons of the audio series by installing the Pocket FM app now. Just click on the link in the description. To watch the next episode of Season 1, tap here, and to watch the full Season 1, click on the playlist.